Hey guys, Tommy Bryson here, and let's be honest, before we start this video here, I am pretty late on this entire trend of YouTubers going ahead and reacting to TikTokers. Now, I don't want to start any beef here, but the saying is, if you want good advice, go to YouTube, long format, you have a lot of information there, but TikTok a lot of the times basically like this quick nugget of information, and some information is just right out terrible. Now, you know, I don't like beef, I don't like cows, I don't like no problems, okay? However, this video is all about basically looking at TikTokers, seeing exactly what their advice actually is, and then telling you, hey, is this good? Is this bad? What's the best one? What's the worst one? Now, this video is in some way going to help you understand this advice, because basically, when I first started, I thought anyone with a lot of followers and basically a lot of likes and comments, well, they must be an expert. But a lot of times it's basically just, hey, marketing, and the advice might actually be terrible. So the goal is not to judge, but the goal is to help you understand that the advice might actually be trash in the nicest way possible, okay? Now, if you guys are new here, I post videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 4 p.m. So make sure to go ahead and basically subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified. And on top of that, also destroy the like button, because it does help a lot with the algorithm, and also for YouTube to show it to other people. And if that happens, then I'll make more videos like this one if you guys actually enjoy it. However, though, without further ado, let's go ahead and react to some TikTok advice about finance and making money in 9 seconds, as opposed to making, for example, a millionaire or a billionaire, okay? So let's find out exactly what's going on here. Now, I found out about this Twitter account that basically has all the TikTokers that have all the finance advice, and it's called TikTok Investors, okay? So hopefully it's good, because I don't want to give anybody any bad judgments, but if it's bad, I'm not going to be like, hey, this is good, because if it's not good, it's not good, okay? Let's find out.
No money down.
Let's find this. The story of a 9-0 millionaire.
People keep asking me, how are you so rich? How are you so wealthy? How are you affording all these cars? I actually don't even use my own money to buy all this. I buy all my real estate with the bank's money, all my cars with the bank's money.
It's called leverage.
I don't even use my own money. You can actually buy cars like these just like I do with no money down.
So wait, all these cars are his? This is the idea that this 19-year-old owns all these cars and
none of my own money, at least. So what I do is called leverage. So what I do is I go over to the
so what I do is called leverage, okay.
Bank, get money from the bank, use it as a down payment on a house, either apartment buildings, and the money that comes back, it's all mine.
Oh, look at that, guys. Look at that. So I go to the bank, I get money, and the money that comes back from it, then I refinance and I do this, blah, 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 blah.
If you want to learn how to be rich like me, follow for more.
Okay, guys, so what is this? This guy is talking about hyper leverage. Now, this right here, by the way, leverage is a double-sided sword, so it's sharp on both ends. Now, if read a book is called Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, his whole idea is that as long as you can buy something and make a profit, that's usually going to be good leverage, you know? So if I can use somebody else's money, OPM, other people's money, and make a profit every month, $50, $100, doesn't matter, well, I'm actually doing great. But the answer is, say for example, this kid has all these cars. Most likely, I don't know this kid, so I can't really know his whole life and his whole like financial plan. But for example, if he's renting it out, he's trying to buy real estate at age 19, most likely he's making his income by cash flowing these liabilities as far as like the cars, and then basically the asset as far as like the real estate. And then if everything goes correctly for a very long time, he'll be fine. But if things go incorrectly and go wrong, well, most likely you'll see a lot of foreclosures. You'll see, you know that like that TV show, the Repo TV show, where they basically go to your house, pick up the car, and then leave. You'll see that also. So it's not all pretty in games. Leverage is dangerous. Be very careful with this stuff. And I tend not to really use it that often. I'm just like a little bit more patient. I buy things the correct way, but I'm not too crazy. You know, with the money that I have, I could go out there buy like 5-10 cars. But then that puts me in a risky position, because basically if things go wrong, well, what do I do then, right? What do you do then when they're calling back all your loans, when they're calling back for all the money you borrowed? It's not this simple, although it does sound simple. Let's watch the next one. How to make money in your sleep. Okay. Must have a phone or a laptop. Download these free apps. What is this? Place a trade, take a nap, check phone. I think this is like the most stupid thing I ever seen in my life. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. But this is like the forex trading thing where basically you have things running automatically. You're trying to do this, you're trying to do that, and I don't like the idea of making people think that it's just that easy to basically make a ton of money. Like, hey, just basically trade money from in this currency to the other currency, and then when you wake up, you made a profit. You made, for example, $80, $1,000. It's not that, you know. And you ask yourself, well, why aren't these people so wealthy, right? Where's all their money if it's that easy? The answer is they just don't have none, because it's just basically for views, for likes, and for comments. I don't like this at all, not one bit. And by the way, this whole forex thing is amazing, right? But then you have people that their sole priority is just to finesse you. So what do? They create this image of wealth and success by basically going out there and either leasing vehicles, renting out expensive homes and all this stuff. And then they try to sell you a course, right? And they tell you, hey, if you get X amount of people beneath you, you make this much money, sell this, sell that. But then all the money that they actually make comes from selling you a course or selling you advice or mentorship, but none of it actually comes from forex trading. Forex trading is basically you trading currencies and understanding, for example, the currency market. For example, I have US dollar, you have euro, I make a trade, then I get it back, I made a profit. All this stuff, is that simple? The answer is no. Can it be automated? The answer is no. Like, it's actually like a full-time job where you're actually there doing this over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Don't listen to this stuff, man. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Because as a kid, or like as a new person, I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna do this. Okay, I'm gonna put my money in here. And then you wake up and you're like, oh, but I'm negative. That's not supposed to happen. Yeah, it happens. Manifest your financial freedom.
A manifesting ritual to align with financial freedom.
I'm not big on this energy stuff, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm big on results, so.
And good fortune. Purchase live crickets and release them in the wild and say that.
What is going on, guys? What is going on? And this guy looks serious, bro. Like, he looks like, yo, I'm not kidding here.
I am in tune with the abundant nature of the universe. It feels amazing to be financially free.
Guys, if I knew this is all it took, okay, I would have never done all the work I've done, you know? Like, what is wrong with me? Like, I should have just bought some crickets and just gone to the woods and just released it. I'm in tune with the universe and the abundance, and I am gonna be financially free. Like, that's all it takes, you know? So I'm gonna hold an expedition, okay? All of us are going to unite, and we're gonna go basically to the forest, release a bunch of crickets, and then when we all come back and we're all broke, and still, don't blame me, okay? So, but listen, man, positivity, all this stuff is great, but it's just one part, right? Good mentality, good work ethic, being able to fluctuate between things, being flexible with your ideas. That is what's gonna get you success. But this stuff, man, this stuff is unique. It's unique.
How do you think 15 to 17-year-old make money?
Messages. Middlemen. So you have businesses and you have marketing agencies. These businesses, they need marketing agencies' help. And so you send messages to the businesses who want marketing and you connect them to these agencies.
That is called being a middleman, and that is called what is it? I think what it's called is arbitrage, but it's a service arbitrage where basically I'm just being the middle person to connect you to somebody else that you want. And it's not just that, but it can just be with marketing, but it can also be with a lot of different things too.
And let's say it's a $10,000 deal, you get 25%, so you make $2,500. You do enough of these deals, you end up making a lot of money. And the way I show them, because they are younger, to sign up these.
So that is what he does? I had no idea that's what this guy did. I was so confused. Like, it was like this big mystery around what he does. So it sounds like he does marketing for business. He has like a whole marketing agency for these businesses. He does marketing for them. But he has other people basically try to find him these deals, negotiate them, and then pays them a 25% commission. That's why he talks about, hey, you want to make $50, $100, just like that? You know, that's where this comes from. Like, I had no idea that's what he did.
Businesses and do deals with.
Is it true, by the way? It does work. It does work. Because imagine if you have a company, a restaurant, your marketing sucks, you can't get any customers, but then you have a connection between, for example, this guy, I think his name is Jason something, and I think it's Jason Capital, if I'm not mistaken, Jason Capital. And then you have, for example, Jason Capital, the marketing person, kind of bring your company to light, and then you make more money by having more clients. Well, it helps you. But the middle person that connects you can also make a profit from that. I wonder if it's an ongoing commission as long as the deal actually lasts, or if it's not.
The agencies, so to speak, is just through messages. Teenagers are great at sending messages and texting and DM and Messenger and all this stuff. And so you type the certain messages to the businesses, you connect them to the agencies, you're a middleman, and you can make commissions and start earning income.
Jason Capital, next one.
I thought it was all about being.
Oh, this guy, this is the real estate guy. This is Chris Crone, if I'm not mistaken. And his whole thing is I was poor. I put my money into real estate, and I've been able to basically multiply my money a lot more. Stocks are great, but 100K in real estate gets me 5 properties and so on. I buy properties. I know so many people in this finance thing, man. Let's hear
Being
it.
a millionaire in the beginning. It's interesting because 4.5 years later, after I started my journey, I had a net worth of $1.6 million.
I wonder if the $1.6 million is, for example, like the equity you have in these properties, or if it's just like $1.6 million with all the property that you actually have in total, including the debt and everything like that. It's kind of like me saying like, hey, I have a net worth of $1 million. I have 2 properties. They're both like 500K, but I only have 80K in equity. My net worth is not $1 million. You know what I mean? Because I have a bunch of debt. You know what I mean? So it's different. It's different.
And I had basically a $12,000 a month residual income. Guess what was more meaningful to me? $1.6 million of net worth on paper, or 12,000 real dollars a month coming into my bank account.
Okay.
Dude, if you're like most people, you're gonna say the residual income is way more important than the money. So being a millionaire is actually not what matters.
It's the cash flow.
What you're really looking for is money that will feed a particular lifestyle.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. But the way you do it, Chris Crone, is very important. You know, I don't want to like take jabs at anybody, right? But be careful with this leverage stuff. You know, going into this massive debt thing and then making this residual income, because then if it does stop and that's all you kind of like have, then that can be a massive problem. I think it's so important, man, to understand that one part of this video is basically you don't need to have $1 million or $1 billion. Like imagine a life where basically you have no debt, you have a full-blown emergency account, you have money in your investment retirement accounts, and you also have a paid off home. Like the income that you make is going to be so much more, because a lot of it is not going to be ate up by basically your expenses, like your shelter costs and all that stuff. And then if you want to do real estate to add, for example, even more income, then that's great. But doing it, for example, not in such a leveragey way where you have this collection. I spoke to someone, and they have, I think they have like $700,000 in debt, and they were making like around $2,400 per month in like passive income. And I was like, so you get into this much debt to make this much money. And what would happen, for example, if people stopped paying you during the pandemic? Like, I got very lucky, didn't happen, obviously, thank God. But imagine if it did happen. Like, imagine that massive reset, that massive shift. Be careful with this stuff.
Let's say you wanted your newly born child to never have to worry about
Why does this guy look so serious? Like, it's a very serious look.
retirement. If you put $10,000 into an investment that made 8% growth when your
I wouldn't want to do
child
this.
was born, they would have almost $1.5 million at retirement age.
65 years. But people forget, right? Okay? There's something called inflation, right? And there's something called you actually being dead also, right? Because you're going to die by this time, right? Because who's going to be alive when their kid is like 65? Like if you had them like 20 years old, something like that. But usually you're probably not going to be alive, you know? So the point is, would I do this? No. I'll do this for example, for the college fund, right? But nothing else. I mean, the everything else kind of like got to come from them, you know what I mean? But no, I wouldn't do this. And by the way, $1.4 million today money is a lot of money. Tomorrow's money in 65 years is not going to be that much money. It's the same reason why, for example, $7 in the 50s and 40s was like a month's rent. But today it's kind of like you can't even buy nothing with it, okay? So keep that in mind, man. It's no joke.
Here's how you can make $50 an hour part.
I love this. I love these videos, you know, like there's always like all these unique ideas, but then some of them are trash.
2. Once you got the agent's number, call them.
What agent? What agent?
Here's what I want you to say. Hello, my name is Karam Khalil and I saw your beautiful listing for sale at 123 Main Street.
Okay. So what are you trying to do here? You trying to get somebody some qualified leads? What's going on?
Now, of course, you're gonna replace this address with the right one, and you're actually gonna say your name, not mine.
To think he has to say that.
I then want you to say, I have a service where I make flyers for real estate agents, and I was wondering if you'd be interested in me making one for you. If they say yes, say this. Awesome.
Flyers though? Like, who hands out flyers anymore? Who hands out flyers?
I'm excited to do it. Show enthusiasm, let them know that you're ready. Then continue saying, I charge only $50 per flyer and I can get it done for you same day at no extra cost. You pay me after you approved it and are happy. Now if they say no, say this. How about I make a flyer for free and if you like it, you can decide how much to pay me. Don't
That is crazy.
be scared of free work because that's how you build lasting relationships. Now go make some money and comment below if you got any questions.
No. It's a good idea, right? I mean, there's some good ideas here, but probably like no. I mean, what would I do here differently? Well, instead of making the sale a flyer, maybe make the sale, for example, like I can help you build a YouTube channel, social media account, and all these things to basically present your flyers. I mean, the properties you actually have to fill out and all that stuff. And potentially, I can take videos of the properties to actually make it better and so on. And that would probably be a lot better. And then you can have recurring income and build a long-term relationship, because flyers are just like, they're just weird. Like, who wants a flyer? You know what I mean? Like, nah, not really on that. But the other stuff though, pretty solid.
Follow these 3 steps and you'll become a millionaire.
Hey, I love these videos.
Step 1, get a full-time job.
It's consistent and it's going to pay the
Consistent
bills.
and it's gonna pay the bill.
By the way, I love these. I love these like by the way, I love passions. I love all this stuff too, right? But I like the idea of just like having a job, you know, like like how, you know, I heard this quote when I wasn't the best financially and I had a job I hated, you know, and the quote said, if you want to find out what you want to do with your life, work a job you actually don't like and you strongly distaste. Because when you're working that job, guess what? You're going to have a lot more ideas about what else you could actually be doing. So for me, I was like, I don't want to be here. I'd rather do this. And you have more ideas, but you have to be doing something while you figure out exactly what you want to do. So yes. Let's keep watching. So far, 1 is checked.
A full-time job will teach you how to work hard and value your money more. Fortunately,
I like that.
a lot of people just stop on this step, which leads me to step number 2, start a side hustle. Starting a
Yeah.
side hustle, you're gonna do something that you passionately love. Because,
And by the way, sometimes you don't need a side hustle, because sometimes you just might want to be doing something else that's more like altruistic, or something you want to do. It's not about like making all this money, although money is great, right? But it's about, you know, being patient and also enjoying life along the way. You know, the reason people need a lot of money is because basically they need to get out of the debt and all these other factors. But if you have that cleared, you can have a lot more relaxed life to actually get you. But if you want to be like a little weird like I am, and you have like a lot of like incomes and like side hustles and all this stuff, you could do that also. That's fine.
let's face it, a lot of us hate our 9-to-5 job. And also with
Some of
the
us.
side hustle, you'll probably make more money because now you're your own boss. But don't stop there, because now you can go to step number 3, invest your money. By investing your money, you're not gonna be working hard for your money, but you're gonna let your money work hard for you. You
I like that.
wanna be able to make money when you're sleeping.
Put it into your Roth IRA, put it into your 401k, all that good stuff.
Or watching Netflix, or when you're at the beach looking at the sunset. By investing, money's just gonna go into your bank account.
And by the way, just for context here, the lower the cost of your lifestyle actually is, the easier this is actually going to be. This whole idea of like side hustles came from a book. It was called The 4-Hour Workweek. Not like the first time ever invented or whatever, but it was by Tim Ferriss. And he talked about basically you need a muse. So the idea is if your lifestyle only requires, for example, $2,000 per month to actually live out, well, you can make that from a side hustle, a business that basically doesn't really need you there physically, but allows you to basically make this money passively and then live out the life that you actually want to live without being tied down to anybody else. By the way, get that book, The 4-Hour Workweek. The link is down below to Audible. When you download Audible, you get that book for free, okay? So it's a great book.
Automatically without you having to do anything, which is why you should.
But guys, overall, that is this video. That is the end of me reviewing TikTok advice. You know, we saw some good things, we saw some bad things. You saw me kind of angry, you saw me kind of happy here and there in some parts. But overall, there is good advice and bad advice on the internet. And going viral does not mean you have good advice, and it doesn't mean, for example, you have bad advice either, okay? But it's all about exactly knowing what people are actually talking about. And don't, if it sounds too true, too easy, or too true to be, what is it called? What's that saying? If it sounds too good to be true, don't believe your idea that's too good to be true, okay? Because sometimes it's just you lying to yourself, okay? The point is, whatever it sounds like, do research on it, find out how things actually work, and then if it sounds like, oh, it's kind of sketchy, you know what I'm saying? If it sounds too complicated also, stay away from it, okay? That's usually what my rule is. If it sounds too sketchy, too complicated, I usually stay away from it. If it sounds simple, easy to actually do, I don't say, it's too easy. No, I do research on it. Find out how it actually works and see exactly if it's actually gonna work for me. But guys, that is it for this video. Comment down below. Let me know if you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a big smash in the like button. I think I said that backwards, maybe, but like the button, okay? It helps a lot. Thank you guys so much. On top of that, also, if you're new here, subscribe and hit the bell to get notified. And if you guys want to DM me right here on Instagram, TommyBryson. And if you guys want to call me, well, join me on my third channel called Ask Tommy Bryson, where I take calls from Monday to Fridays, 12 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. The link is down below. Schedule a call today. As always, here's a video right here about finance and actual money rules that actually work, and click my face right here. And as always, peace.